PWP Nation, where wrestling discussion lives.
Well, hello there. Dukes, Keith, and Griff here from the Anything But Credible podcast, a.k.a. the ABC Pod. Fellas?
Holla.
Oh, hello.
We're here to let you know that you could be possibly missing out on the best podcast ever created, aside from the Offended podcast, of course, and you don't want to be missing that. Now, what makes us the best? Griff? Yeah, great. Keith? Exactly. Look, I'll keep it really simple for you. Crazy people, crazy news, crazy theories, crazy uncredible. That's right. We made that word up. Griff, Keith, say something crazy for me.
Russia wants you to believe in Finland.
real.
Nice. Look, you can find us just about anywhere that you get your podcast, especially Apple Podcasts. Also, don't forget to hit us up on Facebook at ABC Pod. That's ABC POD. Twitter at _ABC Pod. And Instagram at ABC Podcast. Check in with us for a new episode every Monday and join the conspiracy to commit stupid. We will see you then, and shout out to the Offended Podcast.
Adios.
Later, guys. Like you more than a friend.
What's up, everybody? Kyle Fauché here to tell you about my brand new podcast, the Going Off Topic podcast, brought to you by the Anything But Credible Network. On Going Off Topic, I look at all forms of media, from different real and theoretical angles that you don't usually hear about. From movies, to TV, to music, to sports, to gaming, to anything really. You never know what the topic will be, but you're guaranteed a new angle and a different conversation about it, that's for sure. You can find Going Off Topic anywhere and everywhere that you get your podcasts. Check out our social media feeds on Facebook, Going Off Topic with Kyle Fauché, on Twitter, going_off_topic, and don't forget about anythingbutcredible.com, where you can find everything for the pod, including the written blog post. That's right, we're carrying over the Going Off Topic blog to anythingbutcredible.com too. So check it all out there, and I'll catch you on the next topic.
And welcome to the weekly wrestling wrap-up presented by Offended, presented by PWP Nation. It's your boys, Tricky and Stoutsy. And yes, you're hearing different music right now because it's WrestleMania month, baby. Let's go.
What's up, you fucking marks?
So, Jim, you can't hear the music, can you?
No, I can't.
So it's like the old, like, first, like, WrestleMania theme.
Like the theatrical kind of sounding one?
No, it's like, bam, 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 bam. I'm not doing it justice, but people, just listen to this when it comes out. God damn it.
Yeah, you know that song that goes like, oh yeah, that one.
It's the Minion Challenge.
Little old school mania. Yeah, man, WrestleMania season. We haven't. Oh fuck, I forgot. Why'd we stop doing that?
Because it got annoying.
Yeah, that's true. We're doing it like every second. But yeah, WrestleMania season, which you think that we kind of forgot about.
I think.
But I beg to differ.
Well, I think it has a little bit to do with you being in the poop pit still.
True that.
And it's thrown me off on advertising the show for some reason. But
can't have Mania season without Stoutsy. That's what you're saying.
Basically. But
I'm over.
Fuck off. All right. But what am I gonna say? I don't know. I feel like the build wasn't there until like 2 weeks ago, so it kind of threw me off.
I don't know, man. I think we've been kind of talking Mania for like a while. Maybe like mentioned it, but I think we've been so invested, especially like in the Becky thing that was huge for Mania, and I think like Rollins, like I think we were so caught up in what was going on with them that like we weren't judging what could go wrong with Mania,
right?
Or like we're seeing the same thing over and over. Like we have like main events with Roman and stuff like that. I think we've just been like caught up in like watching some good weekly wrestling that, you know, we're just kind of going with it, and it's like, oh shit, and here's Mania now, like especially the Kofi thing. So I don't think we forgot about it. I think we're just like we've been having good wrestling and pay-per-views the last few months that we haven't been like itching for Mania, I guess. Like that kind of sounds like we don't care about it, but I think we're just bought into wrestling right now.
Yeah,
because it's been pretty damn good.
As I say, the wrestling the past few weeks has been, even on Raw, has been decent. It's been good. Like,
yeah, and you even said you texted me the other day and was like, dude, like a lot of these pay-per-views have been, actually haven't been like half bad.
They haven't been bad at all. Like the pay-per-views this year, I think have been fucking great. Honestly, like starting with the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. NXT Takeover was kind of just like okay, and then like all of a sudden the main roster shows are now stepping up.
Right. So I don't know. I think we're in Mania mode.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna, Mania week's gonna come, and we're gonna be like amped up because we got some good storylines coming in, some good matches so far, I think, and I think once like Mania hits, we're gonna be like sitting there with like rubbing our hands together, like, all right, here we go, big show.
Hopefully you can make your return to the cockpit.
I'm hoping so. I told you that I woke up today feeling quite a bit better. I'm not cockpit ready, but I don't know. I was able to sleep and move and not roll around in pain like a dying old man.
I mean, if you want, we can rent like a porta potty and just put it outside for you.
That'd be hype. That'd be pretty tight. You know what just came to my mind? Because I just connected Mania in your house. Is I still have a video from last year of I was standing outside and there was 2 rabbits that were fighting outside.
Oh yeah.
In your neighbor's yard. And I go, this is the best match in Mania so far.
Yeah, because Mania was such a letdown last year. Because it's like we thought it was going to be great, and then it was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, and then I was outside and I was like, oh, look at these rabbits. Fucking. I mean, they were doing a lot of high spots, so it was kind of like marky, but
I got a question. Question. Do you think so? If you remember, like Mania last year started off like really good. Like the first few matches were great, and then all of a sudden it just slowed down and like it got kind of boring.
Yeah.
Do you think that ever since then, up until maybe the Royal Rumble, like that just set in tone like the rest of the year for WWE, for the main roster anyways?
Yeah, I think so.
Like it's kind of I've been thinking about that lately. I was like, it's weird that like right when like halfway through that show that happened, like WWE hasn't like regained like their like momentum until like maybe in January, like main roster wise.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I want to be surprised at some of the rosters. Like, man, it's been kind of like a stale Mania. Like, it's like they were trying too hard to hype it up, and now they're just kind of somewhat. I think the wrestlers are trying to like keep it simple. And
well, fuck, they spent 30 minutes with John Cena and The Undertaker on the fucking 2-minute match.
Yeah, that was that was like one of their big builds, and then also it was like the same main event we've been seeing for a while on pay-per-views. I think. Yeah. I don't know, and honestly, I think a big thing. I think a lot has to do with Seth Rollins. Like, I think he's a key guy in being like, you know what, man, like, fuck all this shit. Like, fuck. Like, I don't think he like legit hates Brock Lesnar, but I legit think he hates the fact that it's like there's no title here, man. And like, I think like he's been so driven to like make a huge difference every week, and you could tell it. Everything he does, he's probably one of the hardest workers out there, trying to fucking get the fucking train going again, and I think that the rest of the locker room's following. You know, it's like having a captain on your hockey team.
Agreed.
You know, when you see your captain out there, doing what he can to make the show better, it makes you want to compete and, work as just as hard as that top guy. So, yeah, I agree. I think, now they're like, you know what? Fuck it. This is our show. We're going to fucking fuck everybody else. Fuck your script.
Fuck your script. But,
yeah.
I forget what I was going to say. But anyway, so since last year, sorry, I was just watching NXT and fucking like Shayna Baszler like came out and started choking out like Bianca Belair, and Kairi Sane just at the top of the stage, and she just like walked out, pointed, but like did like this hype up like I'm charging up thing at the top of the stage and just started running down. It's like the way that she did it just made me crack up.
I gotta watch NXT. Fuck.
But Yeah, so it's WrestleMania month. Last year, I think we did like WrestleMania theme shows just on Offended last year, like I think for the whole month.
Yeah,
so we'll kind of do that in a way on the wrap up. So I guess we're gonna do like how we do on the Offended. We do songs of the week, right? We kick off the show with that. We're gonna kick off every show from here on out on the wrap up. Even after Mania, but these will be WrestleMania themed for now as the matches of the week.
Down with it.
I like it. Keeping the Fended trend like just intertwined together, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And next week we're getting JCD on the show. Gonna talk his WrestleMania predictions.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Should be. I'm gonna fight his kid too. So that being said, let's get into it. Let's get into matches of the week. WrestleMania style, brother.
I'm ready.
You wanna go first or me go first?
You can go first.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
You sure?
I mean, do you want me to go first?
I mean, you can.
Fine, I'll go first. All right, my first
match is.
Fuck, damn it!
I'm on a 3 episode straight doing that, so I pat myself in the back for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact: KDK Naked Lady on the episode of Offended was like, I got her. When the episode videos went on, I got her.
Yeah.
And she tried to do it to me, and she's like, "Okay, go ahead and say your song." And I was like, I just stared at her. It's like, you can't do it. It's already been done. You can't do it 2 times an episode. That would be considered classless. And she goes, "Oh, it's such a classy podcast."
Yeah, it is. Who does she think she is lately?
Right. Even though on her songs of the week, she did pick Tommaso Ciampa's song because she felt bad.
Oh.
She was sad.
That's fair.
But anyway, go ahead. I won't do it.
No. You did it. You have to go.
All right, fine. My first match. It's so weird saying my first match. My first match is from WrestleMania 22. It's a hardcore match between Mick Foley and Edge.
Oh, good one.
Just a fucking classic of a match. I mean, they beat the shit out of each other. And in my opinion, actually, maybe not. But singles-wise, it's my favorite Edge match of all time.
Really?
Yep. I'm trying to think of another singles match. I'm drawing a blank right now. I know there's more, but
yeah, I can't either. I almost wanted to say his match with Taker at Mania, but Foley's is better.
Yeah, and his match against Taker at SummerSlam and that Hell in a Cell match is a close second, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
And that TLC, I mean, he's had great matches. Don't get me wrong, but that's my favorite.
Was that Mania match the last Mick Foley match?
No, Foley and him became a tag team. Or was it the Foley's last match at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense.
Foley and him had continued that story for a little bit after that, and they ended up becoming because Foley turned heel with him for a little bit.
Did he?
Yeah, remember him and they teamed up against Toilet Flush. They teamed up against who did they fucking wrestle at One Night Stand? They wrestled somebody at that One Night Stand pay-per-view.
Fuck.
I can't remember. It's like ECW Originals, I know that.
Yeah.
May have been Sabu, was it? Or was it Dreamer? Was it Dreamer and was it Dreamer and Sabu actually?
It might have been. I am drawing a blank on that right now.
Beep beep beep.
That would make sense.
I'm looking it up. So now I just want to know. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, dude, that match took Edge to a different level too. I think,
totally.
even though we had the TLC matches,
oh, duh,
and that just speaks to what
it was: Edge, McFoley, and Lita versus Tommy Dreamer, Beulah, and Terry Funk.
Oh, duh. Yeah. That's crazy. But what I was going to say is, like, that's credit to Mick Foley. Like, you talk to, you hear from, like, a lot of, like, wrestlers, even, like, Triple H and stuff about how Mick Foley, like, having matches with him brought more to their character.
Oh, it totally did.
And it's just like Mick Foley at that age still, going against Edge, was able to put his body through that much of a match just to give Edge that fucking bump. Like,
yeah.
Just fucking incredible. Like, oh my God.
One of my favorite scenes in that match, like just the picture, to me, it's an iconic, like, WrestleMania moment. When Edge either gets hit with barbed wire or goes and hits the thumbtacks. I think it's the thumbtacks he goes into. But his, like, face when he, like, looks over at his arm and there's blood, like, pouring down his arm and he's, like, starts to freak out. Like,
it's the thumbtacks.
Yeah. I think that's one of the most iconic, like, moments just because the crowd is going nuts and he's just like, holy shit.
Like, this is real.
Yeah.
This is happening.
Yeah. Oh.
Nuts. Good match.
Thanks. Thank you.
Good pick. My my first match, just a classic. I mean, it's like my favorite Mania match ever, and I've said it before on our list. But the end of the era match.
Oh my God, what a good match!
I mean, it's just it literally just sums up like all of everything that I loved about wrestling when I was younger with those three guys. Like,
that's storytelling at its finest.
Yeah. I mean, like, it summed up, like, the whole attitude era for me. Like, that whole match just had me thinking about, like, everything they went through, even with, like, not just each other, but, like, back to when they were tearing it up with Rock and Austin and fucking everything, how it's just, like, that whole journey just came down to that match. It's just, like, one of the most emotional matches I ever had to watch.
Right. And that crowd pop when Shawn super kicks Taker, then the pedigree and Taker kicks out.
Yeah, and Shawn's in the corner, like, oh my God, like, if you ever want to know how to fucking tell a story and sell in a match, just watch that.
Right. Like, and in a way, people were thought, like, oh, I thought it was an end of an era. I thought everybody was going to retire. But in reality, it was the end of an era in terms of, like, them wrestling each other. And, like, that story is done, like, basically, until they go to Saudi Arabia for more money. But anyway.
Yeah, I like to just ignore that fact.
Yeah.
I don't include that in the era anymore.
No, it's so hard to ignore it, though, because Shawn was so good in it for, like, not wrestling for so long again.
Oh, yeah. Just fucking...
He carried that whole match. Like, Triple H got hit, he's like, I got it.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, let me just do a moonsault.
Yeah, and nobody caught him.
And not a moonsault into the ring. Let me do a moonsault, like, off to the padding out there with, like, Jesus. Yeah, he just looked...
He's like, fuck it, and just did it.
Yeah, just fuck it, I'll do it. And fucking looked fucking great. Like, you gotta be kidding me. But, yeah, man, that match just fucking forever is gonna be my favorite Mania match. I just felt like a little kid again. Like, I felt like I should have had my action figures out and my little Hell in a Cell built around my cage, like, reenacting the match like when I was younger.
Right. God, I used to do that all the time. Just reenact matches. I used to do it, like, with my wrestling buddy, and I used to do it with my action figures.
All the time. I used to actually, every once in a while, I'd use the Nitro ring because it had this squishy thing in the middle that made sounds.
But it made me mad because I had that button in the middle.
The one where it made noises?
Yeah, I hate that button because I know I have that ring still.
So do I.
Somewhere.
I liked the noise.
I did it. But that ring was fun to use for that.
Yeah, but I'd use that ring, but then I'd use my WWF Titantron, where you wiped their feet on the metal and it'd make them play the music.
Yeah, which looked nothing like Triple H.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I have all this somewhere.
Oh, I got all mine. Mine's up in my attic in its own, like, big box. I got fucking all of it. I got the SmackDown, like, setup and shit.
Dude, my favorite. I had like this ring that was like a WrestleMania 17 ring, and that was my favorite because, like, they gave you, like, a little bit of room to put the wrestlers, like, on the outside if you want to have a tag team match.
Yeah,
it was just good. I always did Royal Rumbles.
Man, I can't wait till my nephew like starts being able to pay attention to like TV and stuff, and
So you can just go play with toys again?
yeah, he's gonna be like trying to like do a match. I'm like, get out of here, dude! No, that's not even his move.
Fuck it. Let's just make a Twitch account and be like, hey, everybody likes to watch people play video games. Watch Jim and I play with action figures and tell our own stories.
Like our own up, up, down, down, but just with action figures. That'd actually be kind of cool.
He's so stupid.
Well, like we could do the match and then like do a voiceover of us being commentators.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I used to do.
That would be so fucking funny.
Me and my friends used to do like our own shows where we would do like a draft and then we watch each other's shows. I would have the best shows and the best matches. 5 stars.
Yeah. Okay, Meltzer.
Well, anyway, my second song this week is an underrated match that nobody ever talks about.
Your second song?
Match? I said match.
You said song.
Whatever. I've been saying second song for a long time, Jim. It's been like a year.
Hey, that's right. A match is kind of like a song.
It is. It tells us something.
Yeah, that's where you were
feel
going with it.
But this second match of the week is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated WrestleMania matches of all time, and honestly, one of the just plain and simple one of the most underrated matches in my opinion. You don't ever hear anybody talk about it, and in my opinion, this was the best match from WrestleMania 27, and it's Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio.
Oh, good pick.
Nobody ever really talks about that, and they did, like, it's just a good match, like, with a good story behind it, too.
Yeah,
It's when
good
Cody
pick.
was all,
Wow.
like, creepy Cody, too.
I'm trying to think of what was going on at 27 that overshadows that. Like, why it's kind of underrated.
Because that WrestleMania sucked so bad. That WrestleMania was horrible. That's, like, my least favorite WrestleMania, I think, of all time.
27?
That's the one with the Triple H and Undertaker that like went on for like 45 minutes and it was boring. And then Miz and Cena is the main event.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Because people were just like, Miz.
Yeah, and when the WrestleMania matches was Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole.
Oh, God, yeah, that's a horrible one. Oh.
Which Lawler wins, and then they gave it to Michael Cole. But the best part about that, and I pop every time I watch it, is Stone Cold in the ring, because he was the referee. The best part about that match is when they reverse the call, and Stone Cold takes his beer. He's standing on the outside, because it was the Raw anonymous general manager at the time. He switches the decision, and Austin's just staring at it when he says, the winner of the match is now Michael Cole. Austin takes his beer, chucks it down, and goes, "Oh, son of a bitch!"
Oh, God, good old Austin. Man, I can't. I'm fuzzy on the Rey Mysterio match though. I remember that match happening.
It's good,
but
man.
I'm fuzzy on the storyline of it.
It's good. They were because that was when Cody was like going nuts. Like,
did he have the mask on?
Yeah. Cody wasn't dashing anymore, so he was freaking out, and he's like, I can only have the mask on SmackDown. So he kept trying to steal Mysterio's mask, and that's when he was putting like plastic bags over people's heads.
That's right.
And he became like obsessive to like take Mysterio's mask.
Makes a lot of sense.
Which is now like that story's been overplayed, but that was like around that time was like the first time I think we saw it with Mysterio, if I'm not mistaken. Like in WWE anyways.
Oh, yeah, they did it in WCW, didn't they?
I think so, but, like, I can't remember another time before that when it was, like, give me the mask, I want the mask. And, like, Cody was like, I need it. Like,
yeah. Fuck, crazy Cody.
Dude, he does not get enough credit for how good he was, man.
No, obviously that's why he's fucking taking over the world right now.
Yeah, like, if you go back and watch, like, his promos and stuff, like, they were, like, creepy and they were good.
Yeah. He's fucking always been good on the mic, no matter what they've given him.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick. I mean, of course you got
Dust.
You just got classic Rey Mysterio, just being Rey.
What, I'm trying to. I can't remember what Rey was dressed up as though. That's like the one thing that's bugging me.
Was he dressed up as something, or was he wearing the?
Yeah, he dresses up like a superhero for like every WrestleMania. He's always had a different thing. I think WrestleMania 22 is the only one I think where he didn't dress up as anything. He just wore all black.
I can't think what he would have been.
Oh, he was Captain America.
Really?
Yep. Yes, he
Are you
was.
100% positive?
I'm looking at the picture right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
well, then I guess I believe you.
Here, I'll send it to you. But yeah,
That's
that was
probably Photoshop.
good match. Good match. And Cody won the match, too, so that was also a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and like I said, now look at him.
Yep. Thanks, Ray.
Yep. Suck it, Vince.
Thanks, Ray.
All right, good pick. So my second match,
Mm-hmm.
Correcto Mundo, my second match. It's a little throwback. That's your
my
fault.
bad.
You
That's my bad.
You texted me. It's
your fault.
I like
It's your
how-
fault.
I like how we pulled out. It's like, nope, that's you. This goes back to WrestleMania 20. Just the classic Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle. Where Eddie unties the boot.
Yeah.
Just Eddie being Eddie. I don't know why. I mean, I know it's not like the most star-studded fucking
Dude, it's a phenomenal
perfect match, but
it's
I mean,
a
it's
phenomenal match.
It's fucking good Eddie and good Kurt just going out there and fucking telling a story because it's just so. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching it and I was like, God damn it, Angle's gonna win, and then fucking. I remember then when I watched it, and even I'm pretty sure I watched it, not too long ago, like last year or something, just for the fun of it. And I still like almost forget about like the boot spot because it was so good, and I was like, man, what the fuck just happened? Like, why is Angle just standing there like an idiot?
I love when he pulls it off and just stares at it. He's like, son of a bitch.
Yep. And then Eddie just gives the classic like Eddie laugh and smile, and he's holding his boot and the championship, and it's just like, God damn, man, it fucking makes me miss Eddie so much.
I know, dude.
And I had to give a shout out to Kurt since this is going to be his last Mania, so I wanted to
nice pick.
point out a little one of his good matches for him. He's had a few good Mania matches.
Dude, he's had a lot. He's had a lot of good WrestleMania matches. His one
Didn't he have
what?
didn't he have like a really good triple threat?
He's had like two really good triple threats. He had one against Mysterio and Orton for the World Heavyweight title where he was champion. That's where Mysterio won. And then there was one at WrestleMania 16 or whatever, WrestleMania 2000, whatever they called it.
With like Triple H and somebody?
No, it was Jericho and Benoit. And it was for
yeah.
It was basically two matches because the first fall was for like the European title and the second fall was for the Intercontinental title.
That's right.
It was good, dude. I almost picked that match to put on here too, but I went with Cody and Mysterio instead.
Yeah, man. Now that we're talking about it, I think Kurt's kind of like overlooked as one of the best Mania performers.
Oh, for sure. And his match against Benoit, I think was it 17? That match is fucking amazing because it's just like it's a classic just wrestling match. Like,
yeah,
good match.
Yeah, man. Fuck, God, dude. Can you imagine you think Eddie would still be wrestling?
I think it would be close. I think he may have retired by now because.
What was he, 35?
No, he was like 41, I think, when he passed away.
No way. I thought he was like 30-something.
I thought he was like 41 when he passed.
I don't think so. He was 30. He was 38.
Yeah, he was 38, whatever.
He's 38, so that's up there. I
think he may have been still wrestling. Maybe I still think he would have retired like maybe a few years ago.
Yeah, because right now he'd be 52.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he would have stayed wrestling. I think he would have been. I'd give him to like mid 40s. I think he still would have been. But I mean, fuck, dude, that's fucking 8 years of assuming he stays with WWE. It's fucking 8-ish years of Mania moments.
Well, Katie and I were just talking about this the other day. It's kind of like, wrestlers in their prime and stuff. Their prime is almost being pushed back in terms of like age. Like,
yeah, dude, I think that too because I was like, man, like, isn't Finn Balor kind of getting up there in age? And he's like
33, I think.
I think he's older than that. I think he's like 35, 36.
No way.
Yeah, dude. I swear. Google that shit.
I am.
But like anyway, like him, and then even you got like AJ Styles, Naka, and it's like,
holy shit, Balor is 37.
Yeah, man. He doesn't look like it though.
No, not at all.
He doesn't look like any older than you or anything.
No, he really doesn't.
No.
Holy shit, Balor's 37 years old?
Yeah, man. And he's like just now fucking, like you said. I was thinking about that too, not too long ago, that it's like, I think the ages are getting kind of pushed back. I'm always like, man, dude, they're getting up there. And it's like, man, how are they gonna stack up those championships and stuff? But they said it's a different age. They take a lot better care of their bodies now. Yep. So, fuck. I'm all for it. I'm
all for it too. A lot of people think that he's going to wrestle Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't see it happening. I just see him wrestling.
I don't think it's worth it, because like if he takes the loss, like it doesn't do anybody favors. Like, it doesn't do Taker anything, and it doesn't do him anything. It's like, dude.
But that's the thing. Like, he's not going to lose, and he's going to be the demon if he wrestles Undertaker, and Undertaker's just going to lose, which was going to be like, all right, Taker, enough. It's like, nobody's going to be happy with that.
No, it's like I'd rather see him come out as the demon and take down Bobby Lashley and fucking Leo Rush.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that's I mean, just stick with that.
I agree. All right. Well, my last match of the week is my all-time favorite match. Said this before. If it wasn't for this match, I would not be a wrestling fan today. That's what it all started.
The Great Khali.
Yep. The Great Khali's dance-off. No, it was Brodus Clay's dance-off at WrestleMania 27 with Flo Rida. Somebody call my mama. No, but boyhood dream has come true for Shawn Michaels. WrestleMania 12. Shawn, Bret Hart, Iron Man match. Love it.
Yeah,
and a lot of people shit on that match. Like,
why?
They said it's a lot of holds in that match. It's a lot of rests. I'm like, well, yeah, it's an hour long. Like, holy shit, that one was loud.
What?
Your phone.
I don't think anything even went off.
Oh, something went off. Biff.
Oh, Bowman.
Biff.
Sorry.
I'm just going to call it the Biff Tannen from now on.
The Biff Tannen.
Biff.
Jeez, man. Sorry, I'm just popular.
But, I mean, that match just says everything. The storytelling in that match is fucking phenomenal, where it's like Shawn just wants to become champion so bad, and, like, he's almost there. He's right there. He's got it. He's going to beat him, and then the time runs out, and you're like, well, fuck. What happens now? And then Gorilla Monsoon's like, I don't like you, Brett. You're going to WCW in a couple of years. And then Shawn's like, yeah, fuck him over now. Let's screw him over now. And then, like, gets the title. But the best part that a lot of people, I don't know if you probably know this, where Brett wouldn't roll out of the ring, and Shawn was on his knees, like selling like the "I finally did it" moment, and he was waiting for Brett to like get out of the ring, and you see Shawn like kind of bend over, and he's like, "Brett, get the fuck out of my ring, get the fuck out of my ring," and he tells Earl Hebner, he goes, "Tell Brett to get the fuck out of the ring," and that's when Earl walks over to Brett, and he's like, "Get out," and then he walks back over to Shawn and hands him the title again. It's like when
I think
I
remember that.
Yeah, because like he was trying to hand him the title, and Shawn's like, "I'm not taking it until Brett gets the fuck out of my ring." Like,
just Brett being a dick.
Yeah, like a lot of people like don't realize how big of a douche Bret Hart like was back then. Like, granted, Shawn is a little bit of an asshole and was an asshole, but Bret was kind of a douchebag. Like,
I was gonna say, I've always kind of think. I think he's kind of just like a baby.
He is a baby.
Like, poor me. It's like, dude.
You're totally right. You're 100% correct.
Like, he didn't want anybody else to have a moment.
Right. And, like, it was all me or him. And, like, if you watch, like, Bret Hart's, like, documentary that, like, it was before, like, he, like, officially came back to WWE. Like, they put out that DVD, like, for the first time ever, Bret Hart's finally on, like, a WWE thing.
Yeah.
And in that, like, documentary, he's like, the whole time. There's like 3 WrestleManias in a row. He's like, yeah, nobody really cared about any other matches on that card. When people were walking out there talking about that Hart Foundation match, I'm like, you're such a douchebag. Like, you're such a douchebag. Like, just say you stole the show and move on. Don't say anything else like that. Like,
yeah, dude. I even remember when they had the. It was like him and Sean sat down to talk about the screw job and stuff, and he was still like just playing like the poor me card, and Sean was like biting his lip, like, okay, Brett, like, grow up, dude. Like, you were being like a complete crybaby douche. Like, you just didn't want to do anything for the business because it wasn't helpful for you. And it's like, dude, you're Bret Hart. Like,
right. And you know what? I'm totally on the Vince and Sean side. Like, completely 100%.
100%.
Like, you're telling me that a guy's going to go, like, to your rival competition with the title? Fuck you.
Right.
Like, the company, WCW is legit trying to put WWE out of business. Like, that was their goal. It wasn't like, let's have steady competition, let's have both have success. It was, they were trying to kill the other competition.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that Brett's just going to go and, like, fuck you.
Yeah, he's going to win, and he goes, well, I'll drop the title the next night. Like, what, dude? Like, what? No.
Right.
Like,
right.
Fuck off. The thing that made me sold on, like, taking Vince and Sean's side is when, in some documentary, it's like, they're like, yeah, the big thing was we both wanted to know where Taker stood on it. And Taker apparently was like, nope, we're all good.
Yeah. Cause,
he was like, nope, we're all good.
Because if anybody had a fucking brain, they realize, like, hey, this isn't good for our business. Like, nope. Yeah. Like, we like Vince. Like, we want to stick up for him. And, like, the best is on the Shawn Michaels documentary is when they were all in a room and they were like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And Brett's like, I guess this is what we're doing, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, everyone was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. I guess that is what we're doing. And Triple H was in the room with them, just sitting there not talking. And apparently Brett walks out of the room, closes the door, and Triple H was like, they're all just sitting there, and like Sean just like, so I guess that's what we're doing. And Triple H finally like stood up. He's like, fuck him. If he's not going to do business, let's do business for him. And everyone's like, what do you mean? And that's Triple H was purely like the brainchild behind everything.
Yeah, he's like, well, that's what I mean. And they're like, oh, all right, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, it's like, if he just would have not been selfish, he could have came back to WWE maybe 2 years later and been just as important. And
Vince McMahon said ever since that moment when Triple H stood up and did that, Triple H was like, he's had my respect ever since. And he's like, Vince, like, sitting there is like, you know what? That just won you a world title in a couple of years. Like,
yeah, that whole, yeah, you know, the whole, Click thing at Garden? Yeah, forget about it. Never happened.
It seriously, it was. It was kind of like a moment where Vince was like, wow, I can trust him. Like, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, all right, you just earned my trust forever. Like,
right.
Anyway. All right. Hold on. All right, what's your last match of the week?
My last match of the week. God, I picked 2 big ones off the bat. It's got to be the TLC match with Dudley's, Hardy's, and Edge and Christian.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say when I was like, this is probably my favorite Edge match, and I realized I was like, oh yeah, wait, no, he was in all those ladder matches and shit. Never mind.
Yeah, but yeah, that match from what was it 17? No.
Yeah, it was 17. Are you talking about the one from
the spear off the titles?
Yeah, that's 17.
Yeah. I mean, fuck.
See, I like the other one better.
Do you?
Yeah, I like the one from 16 better. Just the triangle ladder match. It was basically a TLC match because they brought in tables. I don't think they used chairs in it, but like, right. It's basically a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Yeah, it's true. It was. Yeah, that match still. I mean, both of them are still fucking. I mean, they're just stand on their own. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, 17 was just like. That might have been like the first match where like my hands were just on my head like the whole time. Just what in the fuck am I like? I'm about to witness a death, and it seems like nobody. It seems like nobody cares.
It seems like nobody cares. But I had that reaction when I watched that ladder match with Edge and Christian on like for the Terry Reynolds Invitational Tournament, wherever it was. That's the one that like, I had my hand on my head like the whole time. I was just like,
which match?
Like the first time like they had that ladder match against each other, like at No Mercy in like '99.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck! Like if you watch that match now, like that match is so fast paced. Like they don't slow down at all. There's no breaks in that match. Like it's quick too. They do their spots and they get out, and I'm like, I'm okay with it because it worked.
Yeah.
That made Edge and Christian. And the Hardys.
It's just fucking... I can't imagine doing any of that stuff. Ever. Like, to have the balls to do that...
When I was younger, I had the balls to do it. Now I'm just like, I don't want to fuck up my leg. I don't want to fuck up my knee anymore. Like,
yeah, and it's crazy because they were like... I guess they were a little bit younger. They're like 2 years younger. They were like 26 doing it. But even then, it's like... I don't want to do that at all. I don't even want to hop a fence.
Dude, we've gotten so old. My knees are like, my right knee is so fucked up. And I'm like, been like running around. I've been doing jogging. I've been jogging again lately. Because like, I've been asked to play soccer again. And I'm like, fuck, I haven't played soccer in 3 years. Like,
I haven't ran outside and I haven't ran to my mailbox to get my mail in fucking months.
Right. Like, I'm like, my cardio's probably not that great. Let me get back into like some shape again. Let me work on my cardio before I start playing soccer again. And I'm not gonna lie, I want to play hockey again too. Like, I miss playing hockey and soccer. But I haven't played hockey in like a year. I haven't played soccer in 3. Like, I'm gonna be a little fucking rusty. Like,
yeah, you might short shifts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine me right now in one of those matches? Like, I'd be pooping everywhere.
Just be CM Punk and tweet, poop isn't fun anymore.
It'd be a TLCP match.
I'm surprised you haven't tweeted poop isn't fun anymore.
Is that what Punk said?
Yeah, because he pooped himself in one of the matches because he had that staph infection.
Oh, yeah. That'd be me. That'd be my gimmick. Ugh. I'm actually, people don't know this about me. I actually, my debut was when the Nexus guy or the Spirit Squad got pooped on. That was me. You should have brought that up to Ziggler at the thing.
I should have
been like, "Hey, do you think it was bad that you got pooped on stage? Let me tell you about my buddy Jim." Oh man, what's your third match? What's your main event?
I already did it.
Did you?
Yeah, the Iron Man match.
Oh yeah, I went first. I can't count. Well, all right then.
I wish like if WWE Network wants to take advantage of something and be kind of like the first to do this, they need to do like custom playlists that you can share with your friends of just matches.
Ooh. Yeah, like a Spotify.
Yeah, but with matches, you're like, dude, look, watch this playlist. Like,
you just tweet them or just like send them an email.
I know, I'm full of. I want a patented idea. I want my money. And then you can fuck off. I'm going to AEW.
Hey, and while you're doing that, tell them to fucking make their search better on like when you try to fucking watch. When you try to search for shit like on the network, like if you're using like PlayStation or something, it's fucking excuse me. It's it's so difficult. You have to like if you want to pick Mania for the pay-per-view, you have to like scroll all the way over to Mania.
Yeah.
Like just have a little drop down queue.
So, company, I think just bought out like the original company that put together like the network that's like powering the network. And rumor had it that there's supposed to be major like overhaul changes to the format of the network. Like it's supposed to happen this year. Like the whole thing's gonna look different. It's gonna be more user friendly too.
Thank God.
That was like, I think that news came out a couple months ago. So I'm wondering if they're waiting till like Mania to do it.
Probably.
But if I'm them, I do it right now, not wait until Mania, just in case if you have some technical issues.
Yeah, because I remember the first network experience with Mania 30, it was like, everybody was like, I cannot watch this at all.
See, I never had an issue with it. I had
Me
an
and
issue.
Bowman did.
I had an issue with fucking getting the network to log in the very first day when it went live because it crashed their website.
Yeah, I had an issue when it was the first Mania. I mean, I was like 45 minutes behind Mania that night.
It's crazy how many people actually are like subscribed to the WWE network.
Yeah, I know. Remember when everybody was going to cancel?
Oh yeah, boycott it. Yeah, we're canceling. Then the next day WWE's like, hey, thank you for our 1 million subscribers. And I was like, motherfucker.
God damn it.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Good stuff.
But anyway, that was our matches of the week. It's our first edition. WrestleMania style.
I like it.
I like it too. I like that idea. Maybe we'll switch it to 5 next week. I don't know, but we went a little long on that, so.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I kind of like the 3. It's like a 3 count, you know?
Yeah, I know you got your kickoff, you got your mid card, and then you got your main event.
Mm-hmm. And maybe moving forward, we keep it like maybe in past matches. We can say past matches or matches of the week. We can talk about the matches of that week, actually.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like what we're cooking up.
Spitballing here, you know?
Well, spitball.
Spitball! All right, let's get into the wrap-up for the week. Got a lot to talk about. Obviously, this episode's going to be a little longer because we didn't have one last week, Jim.
My bad.
Did you like that little tiny shot?
Yeah, it was a little.
It's like a dart I just shot at you. Not a bullet, because I don't want to hurt you too bad. But
little referee not looking thing, but whatever.
But yeah, obviously this one's going to be a little longer. We'll start with Fastlane. We'll work our way through Raw and SmackDown after that. But with Fastlane, what did you think? What did you think overall?
Not bad at all. I mean, I don't think it was like perfect. I mean, there were some things that obviously you could critique, but for a Fastlane, this was probably the best Fastlane they've had.
I agree.
I would say.
I think it easily is the best Fastlane I've watched.
Like, I know we were kind of like, oh, God, it's so stupid of a pay-per-view, and I still kind of think it is to have in between
I agree.
Chamber and Mania.
It just puts a damper on the build of Mania.
Yeah, it does, but I think they did a pretty good job making the card interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wasn't too upset with it. There was only like 1 or 2 things where I was like, why did you just like ruin the momentum of stuff? But for the most part, I was like, not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The only thing I have like a problem with is that now I feel like a lot of the matches being built towards Mania are now going to be built within the next we only get 3 weeks, 4 weeks build when it's like you could have had a whole month, like
right.
And like even 4 weeks is a whole month. You could have had a month and a half, or just go back to how you used to book things and start booking it in December or January,
yeah, and slow burn it.
And but then, as I say this, maybe the 4 week, 3 week build is good right now because the booking has been such shit lately, and I think my example of this for the slow burn has been the Becky Charlotte Ronda story.
Yeah.
And we'll start Fastlane. Let's start there. Let's start with that match. Just because it wasn't a match, really.
No, it was. It was. I hated it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Okay, I'm over the crutches thing. That should have been done a long time ago. That should have been a 2 week thing. The crutches should have been a 2 week thing. And for anybody listening to this, that's not on Becky. That's not on Becky.
No.
That's WWE booking her to have that crutch. It's stupid. I don't understand it. It's fucking dumb.
It's like he was trying to over push the sympathy card for, and it's like, why are you playing a sympathy card for Becky when she's over?
No shit. It damages her character. It damages that I'm the Stone Cold. It damages I'm the man character. Because she looks like a little weak. Because did you ever see Stone Cold limping with a crutch? No.
No.
No. He just would power through it. That's what should have been her character. She goes, I don't fucking need this, and she should have thrown that crutch how she did on SmackDown weeks ago.
Yeah, she should have thrown it and been like, yeah, I might be a little banged up. I'm hobbling around, but I'm gonna still kick your ass, Mm-hmm. And it's like what? And it would have made sense had they had her just beat Charlotte.
it would have made sense had they like have Ronda come out, punch her, and then Becky stand up like hobbling, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, wait a minute, takes off the braces, she's like, it's fine, motherfucker, and just charges forward at Ronda. That's how it's such an easy book. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, they just made her look so weak on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I hate the people that are like, you should be thanking Ronda because she got Becky into the match. I'm like, it makes no sense because like she hates Becky. She doesn't want to wrestle Becky. I don't like. Why would I thank Ronda for that? Like Becky should have been in the match anyway. Like she shouldn't have needed Ronda to do that to get her into the main event. Mm-hmm. It would have got her more over and gave her more steam going into Mania had she beaten Charlotte on one leg.
Right.
Because then it just would have been like, okay, well, hey, she can fucking fight. She fucking just beat Charlotte on one leg. And yeah, like, I don't think it would have made Charlotte look weak. Like, I think people would look more at, wow, look at Becky. And it's still like Charlotte, she could still win a match at Mania. But, like, yeah, it was like Ronda came in, did a punch, and then just kind of like stood there. And then Becky had to like kind of sit there awkwardly and laugh. And I think they kind of played it well Monday when Becky was like, I'm so in Ronnie's head that she just came out and fucking did that, and that kind of made up for a little bit to me. But yeah, it just, like you said, they just like, they could have booked it so much more better, and it just like a simpler fashion. Like, what, they've overcomplicated it so much. It's so bad. It was the easiest storyline to book, and they just, it's like they almost felt like they were rushed to do something. It was like, no, just keep going with what's going. Like, why are you doing all these fucking, bells and whistles right now?
Right.
That's all I can say.
But yeah, I just hated the fact of like Ronda runs down, punches her in the stomach, just looks at her and walks out, when Becky just sits there, and Charlotte just looks dumbfounded, and it's just like, that's the execution? That's it?
Yeah, and then what?
You serious?
You think they would have had Charlotte been more pissed and gotten like Ronda's face and been like, "What in the fuck did you just do that for?"
Yeah.
Like, why did you just make this match even harder for me? Now it's a triple threat. What's But then Charlotte just kind of like gets out of the ropes, like, okay. And the whole thing just felt awkward for everybody that was involved.
It totally did. It totally did. I want to know like what was going through their heads. Like, I want to this is when I wish like I was friends with like the wrestlers a little bit, just because I just want to ask them and just be like, what was going through your head when that happened? Like when they told you this is how it's going down, this is how it's going to do it, and the payoff. Like, Becky and Charlotte were just like, well, this is fucking stupid. Like, there's no way that they went backstage and like that worked.
Yeah, no way at all. No way at all. It didn't put any heat on Ronda. No,
it didn't. It's putting the go away heat on Ronda is what it's doing, and that's not the heat you want.
Yeah, it was just awkward. It was like, really, that was your big thing to get Becky into the match? Like, what?
Why are they having Ronda cut promos? She just needs to come out, beat ass, and leave. She just needs to be a heel and just like kill everybody in like the women's division right now. That's all she needs to do. Don't say a word. Just go out there and beat their ass. And guess what? She might get over. Like, she's already over, but she might be fucking huge. Like, again.
It's like what they should have done with Roman. They should have kept the mic out of his hand as much as possible and let him just beat ass day in and day out.
Yep.
That's all they had to do.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm tired of her like fucking Dr. Seuss like fucking promos and like her weird like analogies and stuff. It's
did you like the video I made?
Yeah, I did. Slow down. It's just
I'm gonna own you at WrestleMania.
Oh. And the people were like, "Oh yeah, Becky's fucking promos are all the same. They're fucking stale." Blah blah. I'm like, yes and no. I'm like, she like at least puts some like, she throws in different like tones and like stuff to her promos. Ronda's just like, I don't know, like just reading like a fight script.
Yeah, totally.
It's like the same thing, like, and I can do this and that. And the second of this, I could break you, and I'm here, and this is your place of worship. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
What?
Are Are you in the Ministry of Darkness?
Right.
Like, I don't know. Like, it made me kind of like.
Are you the higher power?
Yeah, I was like, I think you tweeted it out. You were like, "Is it like I don't know if I hate Ronda because of her promos, or if I'm just like starting to hate Ronda."
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, I don't know. Like, is she a douche?
No, like, am I starting to hate Ronda because it's working as a heel, or like because I don't want her to win, or am I hating Ronda because of her promos? That's yeah, like.
Yeah, I felt like the exact same way. I was like, I don't know if I hate her because she's being a good heel, or I'm just like, you're just kind of being a loser.
And like this whole like wrestling's fake bullshit. Like I get, like obviously this, and if anybody wants to come at me on this, it's a work. It's not real. Like that WWE is telling her to do this shit. There's no way that Vince is gonna be like let her get away with that if it wasn't a work. You know what I mean? Like there's no way. No fucking way that's like a shoot. There's no way.
No, I think someone finally was like, hey, Vince, you need to pull the trigger on her just being like, can you hear that beep?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Jim? Uh-oh. We lost Jim. Hold on. Hey, we got you back. We got you back.
We got me back. You lost me for a sec.
You're there.
I'm rattled now. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
You were talking about
I think I was saying, maybe I already made this point, but like somebody in creative was like, we need to just like, because you were talking about how it's like, yeah, WWE's telling her to do that stuff, because somebody was probably like, hey, Vince, like, you need to just pull the trigger and let her be like the UFC heel, and like how she doesn't give a fuck about like the scripted stuff. Like, obviously she didn't come up with that, or she's doing it on her own.
Right.
There's no way. There were probably people with like, like signs that had everything written on it behind the camera. You know, like when you do like a talk show and they have the cue cards.
Yeah.
She probably had those. But they probably used a lot of them because they probably had to put like 3 words on each one so she would slow down.
Right. Slow down.
Slow down. Oh, okay.
Right. Well, anyway, moving on from that, because we'll get into a little more of that when we get into Raw and SmackDown, I'm assuming. But, or just, fuck it. Let's just hit on it. Just be like, I mean, we basically hit on everything. Like, Ronda cut a promo. I mean, because, like, the Becky Charlotte promo was just kind of like, That's the only thing I was just kind of like, about on SmackDown. Yeah. Like, they totally killed this story. WWE has killed this story. And I have, like, lost interest in it. However, I still hope they main event WrestleMania.
So do I. I kind of lost interest when they threw Charlotte in there. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Like, I would have been fine with the Charlotte Asuka 2 at Mania.
I was actually okay with it when they had Vince do it. I was like, okay, all right, I'm still in this story. I like this because it's like people are pissed off now. But the execution of getting Becky back in the match has been pure shit.
Yeah, it's been horrible.
Yeah, and it's like that's like such an easy fix. Like,
well, it's like they were trying to pull like the big sympathy card for, and it's like nobody wants the sympathy for. Like, nobody wants to see that. Like, her get in that way. They want to see her like start just beating ass and raising hell.
And at first, it looked like that's what we were doing, and then all of a sudden, like, nope.
Yeah, it all started with like the whole like apologizing thing. It was like, why are they? It's like they were trying to like change all of their characters in like a short time before Mania. It's like, it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Right.
Why are you trying to restart the story?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Oh, by the way, Dana Brooke, keep your head tucked. And Ronda, also, you need to grab her head and hold her neck when you're doing that move and not her arm. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, like, that was bad.
That was bad on both of them. Like,
that was really bad.
Yeah. Dana Brooke is legit lucky that she didn't break her neck on that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
My stomach dropped when I was watching.
Same. I didn't even notice it until I saw like the GIF or something on the clip on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, that was not. Ugh.
It probably made you go poop.
It did. Did.
Oh, stomach dropped. Oh shit! All right, bye.
Oh, thanks, Dana.
All right, moving on. I just want to quickly touch on this one. I don't want to stick on these matches, but women's tag team match, Boston Hug versus Nia Jax Tamina, and Asuka Mandy. Asuka Mandy was okay, but I think it was kind of predictable, and I think the same can be said for the women's tag team match. Those are just two predictable matches, and those were the only two matches on Fastlane aside from Becky and Charlotte, where I was just like, not a good pay-per-view for the women's matches on Sunday.
No, not at all.
And
I don't think that's against them. I think it's just
not.
The way. Yeah.
It's not, and it's kind of like the women's matches, in a way, on Fastlane kind of summed up Fastlane in years previous for the whole pay-per-view. Of, like, we know what's going to happen, it's predictable, but, like, the execution's not there. And that was Fastlane for the last 3 years before this.
Yeah, wow, I just had ass mouth. None of those matches really, like, they didn't really tell a story too much to lead into, like, what could happen at Mania. It was just kind of like, here's a match and have it.
Right. And with Asuka, are they going triple threat also? I think at Mania this year, I think we're going to see a lot of multi-man matches.
So do I.
Multi-woman matches. And
I think so, too.
I'm not necessarily against that, but I kind of don't like when it's overdone like this, because it's like, hey, we got to get everybody on the card at Mania. It's like, no, just give us a good fucking card. Like, give us good stories. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That's just my take on it. I understand, like, it's the highest payday to be on Mania, so.
I agree.
But, like with the Asuka, it's like, they have to be going towards that, right?
I would think so, which I'm for. I would have Asuka win, and then I'd have Mandy get somehow, Mandy and Sonya like screw each other over. One of them screws the other over, and then have them go into a feud. Mm-hmm. That's what I would do. There's no reason for Asuka to lose at Mania, I don't think. Especially if they.
Is it bad that I see her match on the pre-show?
No. I actually wouldn't be surprised.
I completely see Asuka's match on the pre-show this year, and she's the women's champion of SmackDown.
Yeah, which is, if I was her, I'd be so disrespected.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'd be like, fuck you guys. I'm going to AEW.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And women's tag team match, I'm kind of over those tag titles. This is kind of like my point when I was talking about earlier. I was like, there's not enough teams to make me care, and they even have to go down to NXT to, like, get to keep the story going, because there's not enough teams.
Yeah, and
that's not a dig against, and like you said, it's not a dig against the performers. This is a dig at WWE deciding to do this when there's no women's tag teams. Like, there's 2 or 3. Like,
yeah, I just don't think they did a good job. Like, they haven't done a good job after they won the titles of, like, putting Sasha and Bayley, like, in anything special. They got them going against Tamina and Nia, who, like, don't do anything.
Right.
Like, I'm not sold on it, because if I was them, like, I don't think Tamina and Nia have done anything to make themselves look like dangerous. I mean, fuck, they've lost the last 2 weeks, didn't they?
They're like Braun Strowman. They keep losing. What's the point?
Yeah, it's like, if anything, I would have had them, like, pissed off and beating the shit out of Bayley and Sasha every week.
And what's going on with
Strowman? Build up.
Like, Strowman's just in a feud with Colin Jost now.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually not necessarily against. I've actually been kind of entertained.
I'm all for it a little bit.
Actually, yeah. Colin Jost being like, yeah, walk away. I popped.
Yeah, so did I. Because it's just, like, little, like, dumb old, like, wrestling humor of the guy that's like, isn't this stuff fake? Like that guy, and you're just like, all right, I like it. And he plays it well, because he's got that arrogant-looking face.
He's like, hey, I banged Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, God. That guy deserves everything.
I know. That's like, I saw a couple tweets on Twitter, and they were like Colin Jost, he's like, somebody was making fun of him for the way he looks. I'm like, well, obviously Scarlett Johansson didn't think he's ugly. Or like, they thought he was weird looking.
Yeah, so shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they're just not doing it. They haven't done a very good job with those titles. Like you said, they don't have enough teams where it's like you can do anything with. So I don't know.
The promos have not been good.
No, they haven't. Not like all around. Like I don't even think like Sasha and Bailey's promos have been that great. It's just kind of been like the whole, like, we've been waiting our whole lives for this, blah, blah. But I think their promos would be better if they just would have Nia and Tamina just beating the shit out of them every week. Just like, all right, we're up against these two monsters that could kill us at Mania.
Or you should have just gotten these fucking titles at Evolution and then fucking build towards like Bailey or Sasha turning on one another, and then you have their WrestleMania match finally that everybody's just waiting for.
Yeah,
everybody's waiting for like them to wrestle each other like again. Like that's what everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to see these two wrestle each other again.
Yeah,
or whatever.
So I don't know. I mean, they're relatively new, so I mean, we have to think of it that way too. It's like maybe we're asking for a lot right away, but it's like they should have known this. You know, you're putting new titles on 2 months before Mania. You better have something planned.
Right. And I did like the Iconics promo on SmackDown. They're fucking hilarious. Now.
Oh, they're so funny.
Like their little like iconic pose that they do at the end of every promo. Like I laugh at it every time because like they're not being serious and it's great. Like it's working.
No, they're like the female Edge and Christian. They're just two complete goofy dumb heels.
Yeah, they really are. And
I fucking love it.
And some people I don't think are. Some people are like taking them like too seriously, and it's like no, let them. This gimmick's working. Like it's hilarious. Like
yeah, and they're not bad wrestlers.
I
mean, they're not like the best,
Peyton's
but they're
okay.
not. You know,
Peyton's okay. Billy is pretty bad. Like I like Billy Kay, but like her gimmick is good enough to where it works. Like she's not a good wrestler, like at all.
Yeah. I can watch their match though. Like they can. They're not bad at like selling to make you be like, I fucking hate these people. So they're doing. I think they do their job out there in the ring. So yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's go to that kickoff show match. That was fucking awesome, by the way. New Day versus Rusev and Nakamura. I kind of like Rusev and Naka as a team. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
yeah, not too shabby.
Because Rusev. But as I say that, I'm gonna go to Lana on this. Lana needs to somebody needs to take her Twitter away for a little bit. Like,
oh God, yes, please.
Like, she's kind of annoying.
It's very annoying,
and like, it's kind of making me like not like Rusev a little bit because Rusev, of course, he's sticking up for her, which he should. He's her husband, and but like, it's making me like kind of not like them because they're like, why not me? Why not me? We're not getting anything. Me. I'm like, okay, Bret Hart, like chill. Like,
yeah, okay, Nia Jax.
Like, make the most of it again. Get over again. Like,
yeah,
don't give up.
Right.
And it's kind of like they kind of give it like they don't do Rusev. Have they said Rusev Day lately?
No, I don't think at all. I think they like gave up on that train. I think they fucking took the goddamn rockets off Rusev.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfair.
Oh yeah, I mean, I bet you how many people have probably forgotten that Rusev wrestled AJ Styles for the WWE Championship last summer.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I mean, how many people forgot that Bray Wyatt's a WWE champion?
Yeah, no shit.
But their match was good in the kickoff show, and I think the SmackDown tag titles, I think we're going towards another multi-man tag match like last year's WrestleMania.
And
so unfortunately, I see this one on the kickoff show.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Like, I like the SmackDown tag division.
The SmackDown tag division's awesome compared to Raw. Raw's has gotten interesting though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's picking up a bit, but it hasn't had the same steam as SmackDown.
Yeah, no, we'll get into Raw's here in a second, but SmackDown's tag division is very good. But then on SmackDown, the Usos, I think they said like who we wrestling at WrestleMania, and wasn't like they had all the 4 tag teams. Then wasn't there like an 8-man tag match to like start SmackDown off, and then New Day ran down, just beat up like everybody basically.
Yeah, because they were pissed off. It was hype.
Yeah, it was hype. That crowd was going nuts too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens there. Let's get into that Raw tag team titles. That triple threat revival, Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. I liked the match. I liked the match a lot. And that ending to me, the ending of that match to me completely brought my interest like at 100% into this story now. Like,
same. It kind of got everybody over.
It did. It
I
really
think like
did.
a little bit. Like everybody kind of had their little spot there.
And the Revival is finally getting into their own of how they
I
used
was
to
about
be
to say that.
in NXT. The
I was
Revival
about to say that.
they're finally like, I guess Vince is finally realizing like, oh, these guys are assholes. Like, and people really don't like them. So
Yeah,
let's
it's great.
use it. Yeah, like it's working again. Like,
Yeah, it's like, duh, Vince, go back to what they were doing before they got injured, dumbass.
no shit, and it's working.
Jesus.
Like,
Yeah.
they are actually like, they're making me believe that they're good tag team champions now. Because when they first won and they kept losing, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are they just going to lose the titles really quickly?
Yeah, I was like, this is dumb.
This is dumb. But then now that ending totally brought my interest into this. And, like, I love it, dude. And, like, I think we're going to see Ricochet and Aleister Black fucking wrestle for 2 tag... Oh, spoiler. Well, I think we're going to see them wrestle for the Raw tag titles at at WrestleMania.
I think so, too. Which I'm all for.
Yeah, and, like, I like how they go from show to show. I like how they're on both shows. But now I think it's to the point where it's like, okay, just leave them on Raw. SmackDown doesn't need them anymore.
No, yeah, SmackDown has enough. You don't need to just put them on Raw, 'cause they're just going to help that division so much. They already have.
Yeah, put them on Raw and continue this story right now, because I love this story.
Yeah, and I'm kind of... I don't know if I'm over. I'm just like still not so bought into Bobby Roode and Chad Gable.
Well, it's because they're singles wrestlers. Like,
Yeah, either that or they need to go like full heel with them. Like I want to see Chad Gable as a heel.
Yeah, bring
Be a
back.
dick.
He needs to bring back his towel gimmick. I don't care what anybody says.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to bring back. Everybody loved him because of that Ready, Willing, and Gable shit, and he like hasn't done it since they called him up. It's like that's why everybody liked him, because he was goofy. Like,
Yeah,
and Bobby Roode is just a fucking heel. Like, he's not a babyface. Like, he's a heel. You hate him. Like
yeah.
his whole career, he's been a heel. Like, I don't get
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Hold on, I'm about to do a switch to real here. You got me?
Yep.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do I get you, though? That is the question.
Do you?
Do I have...
Can you
Hold
hear
on.
me?
Hold on. Oh, stall. Yep, can you hear me?
Marty Stahl, Eric Stahl. You there? You good?
I'm in.
This is where we keep our technical difficulties in the show. We're not like WWE. We embrace our botches.
Yeah, we're authentic.
You're a little quieter now, though. I will say that.
Am I?
A little bit.
How about now?
Good. All right, cool. So, yeah, anyway, I'm fully invested. I hope they continue. Like, the way... This story's just been consistent now, all of a sudden. Like, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, this story has been the most consistent.
Yeah. I think it just has a lot to do with Ricochet and fucking Aleister Black.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of crazy to think, but...
If I'm booking this, I have them win at WrestleMania, win the tag titles, and then the next night on Raw, lose the titles, and then have them go single. Like, maybe one of them turn on each other or something. Because I could see Aleister Black as a heel, and I can see him just being a bad fucking dude as a heel.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I would do that.
That too quick of flip-flopping?
I do it just because, like, it's the night after WrestleMania, why not? And then you can just go into the story of, like, Aleister Black being like, I'm a singles wrestler. Like, I'm not in this as a tag team or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, basically, the story could just be like, I used Ricochet to, like get these titles or whatever, or, like, get on the main roster a little bit, or something like that. Like, I used you. Like, it's like I never wanted to be your team, but I stuck with it just so I could have this spot.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Like, oh, wait.
I did that.
Could I write the show? Yeah, whatever. Let's move on to... God damn, there's so many matches. There's 10 fucking matches at Fastlane.
Jesus.
Let's move on to the Usos versus Miz and Shane McMahon. Another fantastic match between these two teams. And, like, who would have thought, like, Shane Miz would just put on grade A matches against the Usos. Like,
They just
never
got
in a million years would I thought that.
because they're both dads.
Yeah, they're both dads. The dad bods versus the Usos, even though Shane McMahon's a little ripped.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. All right, so the match was good. How about the, well, first off, Miz doing a frog splash, which looked pretty good. Never seen him do a frog splash before.
You thought it looked good?
What?
Are you being sarcastic?
I thought he looked good in the air until he landed.
I gotta disagree with you. I just did. It looked like Miz.
Yeah, I agree with you in that. There's a picture of him doing it, though, and the picture looks great. I'm just going to put it that way. It looks awesome, no pun intended. But, yeah, it was a total Miz frog splash. But when the Usos, or who was it? One of the Usos and Shane were just like, you going to jump on him? He's like, no. Shane's like, I'm going to kick you if you try and jump on him. Like,
oh, yeah.
Did that spot. I was like, holy fuck. And Shane got him in the balls, by the way.
Yeah, wherever he got him was not good.
Yeah, because the Usos just like, because if you watch the replay, Shane's like left foot, I think it was, goes directly into his balls. Like,
yeah. Dude, I didn't know what was going to happen at that spot.
Neither did I.
I was so confused. I thought they were going to like crisscross each other.
I thought so too.
Or something.
I thought they were totally, like you said, I thought they were totally going to crisscross. And then all of a sudden they just connected. Like, holy shit. Like,
you know what it looked like? It looked like something you do with like your action figures.
Yeah.
Like, it legit does. Like, oh, okay, he's going to come across. And then you just throw them at each other in the air and see what happens.
It looks like two little kids on a trampoline, like trying to do wrestling moves. And you're taking turns when you think your turn's up, but it's not. And then you jump and hit them in the air. Like, I thought it was my turn.
Oh, no, man, I wanted the double bounce.
You're lucky I didn't get hurt.
Yeah, that spot was awesome, though.
Yeah, there was. It was cool. But the big story, I said this to you 2 weeks ago on the wrap-up, actually. I said, what if Shane's the one that turns?
Sure enough.
And god damn it, he did. And I love fucking heel Shane is the best.
Oh, it was funny. Like, you, me, and Bowman all like, Bowman texted me and you texted me at the same time. We're like, fuck yes, heel Shane. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I know, heel fucking Shane.
And our good pal David from California, he was like, just make him. He's been wanting Shane to be heel ever since Shane came back, because he's a big Shane McMahon mark. He always has been, just because Shane did crazy shit. Right. But he's like, Shane is so much better as a heel. Like, he's always just been wanting to be heel. And right when he turned heel, I just got a text message from him. He goes, fucking finally. I'm like, yep, there it is for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just perfect. I mean, we've had like kind of good, nice Shane McMahon for a while, and I think it's kind of like, well, you know.
Dude, he looked evil too, and the way when he fucking attacks him, that crowd pop was amazing. Like, oh yeah, that crowd was great for that moment, because overall the crowd throughout the rest of the show was like up and down, like they were kind of 50-50. But for that moment, they popped so well, and when he grabs Miz's dad's face,
like a little kid,
yeah, Mr. Mizanin.
Oh man! Oh,
I love Mr. Mizanin. His dad. What's his dad's name? I forget his dad's name.
Mr. Miz.
Mr. Whatever. Yeah, Mr. Miz. But like, I love his dad. I hope his dad just becomes Miz's manager. He's like, "Hi, I'm Miz's father."
Yeah, just like kind of awkwardly strolls around with him.
Yeah, just like how he did on that interview when he was interviewing wrestlers at the Hall of Fame ceremony like a couple years ago. Yeah, it's like, "Hi, it's George. Hi, it's Miz's father, George Mizanin." I think his name is George. I could be making that up. But I just love when Randy Orton's like, who's this guy? Like, Orton didn't know who he was. And then, like, Ziggler and Ryder are cracking up when they saw him because they're, like, really good friends. And fucking Miz is like, Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing here? And Maurice is in the background. She's like, oh, my God, I can't believe they gave him a mic. They didn't tell Miz that he was doing it. Love it. But what makes me love this heel turn the most is on SmackDown when he grabs Greg Hamilton's face. He's like, say it again. He just kept saying, like, say it again.
That made me mad.
It was awesome, dude. I popped for that. Like, yes, we're getting, like, mega heel Shane. I love it.
Someone grabbed my face like that, I would just snap.
dude, he looks like a fucking heel. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's heel Shane McMahon. He's so good. He's just like this arrogant, cocky fucker.
you know what I want to see at WrestleMania between these two? I want to see Miz and Shane. Miz is getting ready to win the match, and then hold on. All right, so at WrestleMania, right when Miz is getting ready to win the match or something, I just want this to go off. Just get that Mean Street Posse out there. Just this rundown.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would. And then, like, maybe the B team runs down and helps out Miz.
Ooh.
And the Miz Taraj is back.
I like it.
Yeah. Book it, WWE. And then you could just go with the Miz Taraj versus the Mean Street Posse and Shane.
I like it.
Even though I don't know what the Mean Street Posse's doing, I think maybe Pete Gas would be the only one that'd be okay to do it, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's, It
would just be hilarious, the Mean Street Posse, like, ran down. It would be fucking hilarious. You recreate Triple H and Sting with them. You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I said I was just thinking that.
God, that would be awesome.
Oh, God, that'd be so good. Yeah, man, heel Shane, I love it. And you got all the McMahons as heels now, which is great.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, it's how it should always be, forever.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree.
Yeah, so good stuff.
Good stuff. I like it. Finally we get to heel Shane. Should have happened. Actually, this is the one I'm okay with, like, happening this late to Mania, because it makes you kind of think, like, maybe it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, well, and, it continues the story.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm all for it.
I'm all for it, too. All right. Moving on. Let's get to that fatal 4-way United States Championship match that was added to Fastlane that originally wasn't on the card, and I love that they added it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you thought Mysterio, or who did you think was going to be on the pre-show?
Mysterio and Andrade were on the pre-show, and then they changed it during the pre-show. The pre-show was actually awesome because it actually meant something.
Yeah.
Like, shit actually happened on the pre-show.
Yeah, it was like the things that were going on backstage and stuff, too. You were like, oh, shit, I'm glad I fucking watched this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, holy shit, meaningful stuff. Like, they sent Kofi backstage during the pre-show.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, but that fatal 4-way, just... I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it, too. It was a good match, man. That was my second favorite match of the night. All four competitors tore the fucking house down.
Yeah, I mean, you still got Ray just doing his thing, and it's like, how is this guy still doing stuff? And of course, you got Samoa Joe wins. Thank God.
Yeah, no doubt. And I love R-Truth just being like, "That's my title." Like, what are you doing with my title?
I fucking love R-Truth, man.
So do I
see no reason to cut that guy's TV time.
No shit.
And he's a pretty damn good wrestler still. Except when he was doing the. Oh shit! Wait, was that this week or was it Fastlane?
What?
When he was doing the the scissor kicks, but he couldn't really do them that well.
Was it SmackDown?
Was it at Fastlane?
I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think it was at Fastlane because I don't remember anybody I don't remember thinking that at Fastlane if that happened.
He was trying to do the Booker T scissor kicks. I think that was Fastlane. Maybe I'm wrong.
Where he spins? Because he's done that for years.
Where the guy bends over and he goes off the ropes?
Yeah. R-Truth's done that for years.
I haven't seen him do it yet. Maybe I'm just an idiot.
I'm pretty sure he's done it for years.
Huh. Well, no, either way, it looked kind of... it looked very R-Truth-ish. And then he did the 5-knuckle shuffle, and I was just completely lost my shit.
My childhood hero, John Cena, even though R-Truth is 47 years old and John Cena is 41. I love it.
That's cheap humor.
But Andrade, man, right now it seems like WrestleMania for Samoa Joe is totally. I think it's totally going to be Mysterio and Joe at WrestleMania.
You think so?
I do. I would much rather see the finale between Mysterio and Andrade at WrestleMania.
So would I.
That would be like 2 out of 3 falls or something. Like,
yeah,
they had a 2 out of 3 falls match already, didn't they?
Yes.
Did
they had it on SmackDown.
But it ended in a disqualification, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, just redo that match at Mania. God damn, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Do you think Samoa Joe's match will be on the pre-show?
I hope not. I think I don't know. I think it depends on. You can't put all SmackDown matches on the pre-show.
No, you can't.
And I think both Battle Royals will be on the pre-show. That's like your saving grace for these pre-shows is you're limited to the amount of time. And I think they did the 2 Battle Royals and the Cruiserweight title last year, right? On the kickoff show? Or was there another match? Which
No.
the Cruiserweight title should be on the main show. We'll probably never see that happen except for at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope not. I just hope it's on the main. I just hope it's on the main show.
So do I.
Next match. Well, we got that. I forgot the handicap match. Bar versus Kofi Kingston. I'm kind of happy like they did it this way because there's getting that sympathy behind Kofi, man.
Yeah, Bowman was not happy about that. Bowman was so mad. This is stupid.
Bowman does realize that we're going to get that payoff at WrestleMania, right?
I think so, but I don't know. He's an idiot. I was like, dude, like listen to this crowd. Like they're heated. He's like, yeah, dude, because it sucks and stupid. I'm like, exactly. They're like angry because it's like, why do they keep doing this to Kofi? Like, come on, serious?
That's the point. That's the story. There's bad guys and good guys. Like,
you're sold. You're bought in.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, this is stupid. They shouldn't even have this. Just have him win. I'm like, you want him to win at Mania. He's like, just have him win now.
Coming from the guy whose favorite movie is Logan and he dies at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert. Sorry for people who hasn't seen it. Like, Logan doesn't win.
Maybe that's why Bowman wants it to happen now because he's like, he could die at Mania, so he won't get to see the finale.
Let's get into Kofi. Let's get into that. That'll be the last thing we talk about on the show today. I mean, we're hitting everything else, but let's get into Bryan, Kevin Owens, Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali added to this match. He got no reaction, but that's all right. He's still a great performer. This match was my favorite match of the night.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, it was just a fucking war, and they beat the ever-living shit out of each other for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was just like nonstop, just like ass-kicking.
It was. And that bump that Mustafa Ali took off the top rope to the barricade was dope. Fucking Kevin Owens is lucky that he didn't decapitate his fucking head. Like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
When I saw him like overgo, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna just knock himself out.
Yeah, I think you
he
texted
was like inches from that table.
Yeah, I was like, what? I was like, oh my god. It reminded me of when that happened to somebody.
Where they hit the table?
Yeah, was it Benoit?
You talking about when Benoit did the suicide dive and like Booker T kind of like he hit Booker, but like Booker like didn't like catch him, and Benoit's like lower back like smacks into the table.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
It was insane. Like, you wonder why Benoit had so many fucking like issues with his brain and his body. I mean, look at the fucking bumps he's taken.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I thought like with KO, I was like, oh my god, like he's about to, like you said, I'm like, oh, there goes his head.
Yeah,
he's out.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god.
It's nuts.
Thank God he didn't. Like, fucking thank God he's all right.
Yeah.
So.
Hell of a match. Bryan's chest was just bright red again, like from those chops.
Somebody tweeted, why does it take Bryan like 5 minutes before his chest is just completely destroyed?
Right.
What happens when you only eat salad?
And somebody else tweeted, they're like, yeah, wrestling's fake, right? And they just tweet out a picture of Bryan's chest.
Yeah. Oof.
But that fucking flying knee at the end of that match, man, he's fucking just smokes Mustafa Ali with that knee.
Dude, I jumped out of my bed and I wasn't even able to move. I was
dude.
moving. That sprung out of my bed. I was like, oh my God.
I yelled out, holy shit, and woke up Katie next to me. And she's like, what? I'm like, watch. Just watch. And she's like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, I know. That woke her up. I'm like,
that was such a sketchy spot.
It was such a sketcy spot. But
I've saying that about the past month. I'm like, he just keeps doing sketchier and sketchier things. I'm just like, what? Hey, stop. Knock it off.
He's getting more confident.
Knock it off.
Knock it off.
Knock it off, Daniel.
I feel like he has the mentality of like Kurt Angle, where he's like, I don't know when my last match is going to be, so it's going to go balls to the walls till it happens.
I mean, I love it and appreciate it, but I was like, no, Daniel, bad
Daniel.
Bad Daniel. Fickle.
God damn. This right now, in my opinion, nobody touches Daniel Bryan in the terms of promo work, in-ring work, and just overall character. Is just like, he is on another fucking level. Like, you can tell when wrestlers like are hitting their stride, and just the confidence in their promos and the ability of their matches and in-ring work. It's fucking showing times 1,000 with Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah, easily.
I don't think anybody can touch him. I really don't I don't think anybody even comes close to the performer that Bryan is right now.
He's the best he's ever been right now, I think.
He's damn near up there, dude. He's reminding me of his work from Ring of Honor. This is what this work is reminding me of, because he's fucking brutal, and he's like doesn't hold back, and his matches have just been a war. Like his match against fucking Styles, not Rumble though, was it TLC? That was just, they just beat the shit out of each other. His match with Brock Lesnar, they just beat the shit out of each other. Like, dude, I fucking love this Bryan.
Yeah, I want to punch him in the mouth though, like really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think I legit hate him.
Dude, he fucking did something on SmackDown that he hasn't done since Ring of Honor. And like somebody tweeted out a meme. You know, like the crying meme of like the person, like it's like a cartoon, and it's just like crying. He's like, oh my God, like it's so happy.
Yeah.
But it showed Bryan saying like, I have till 5. He said it to the referee, and it showed the crying meme. It's like, oh my God, we've been waiting like close to 10 years for this moment, and it's happened again. That's like, he used to do that on Ring of Honor like all the time, because he was a heel at Ring of Honor. He would do it all the time, where he would hold the move and he would stand up, get in the ref's face. He goes, I have until 5, and walk away. I was like, holy shit, he just did it. Like,
such a prick.
Such little things like that make me pop. I was like, oh my God, American Dragon. This is the American Dragon. Like, love it. Love you, Daniel Bryan.
He's good, man. He's good at what he does. I hate him.
I hate him too, but in a good way. In a good way, I hate him.
I think
like it's making it work for me as a heel. I'm like, I kind of don't want to see you lose, but like I do want to see you get beat. Like, if that makes sense.
You know why? I don't think I'm being fair to him. I think why I hate him is because of the stupid ass clips that keep popping up all over my social media, Total Bellas, whatever, and he's fucking in the grocery store and they're buying stuff, and he's like, well, I thought we were going to try to stop buying some packaging. Oh, you took me on a date to go pick up trash, and he was like, "This is I had a lot of fun. This is the most fun I've had in a while." Really, Daniel? Really? You're a wrestler, and the most fun you had was picking up trash off the beach? Shut up! Shut up!
You know what?
I hope
for him. Good for him. He's helping out in our environment.
I hope. Shut up! I hope somebody ships him those like frozen steaks people always get sent to them. I hope he gets like boxes of them and they're cooked, and I hope they end up in his stupid fucking celery green plant breakfast smoothie. You punk.
You punk. You fucking punk. I love you, but you fucking punk.
You little shit.
You one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, you.
Hope you're bad. I'm not gonna now. I was gonna say I hope your kid eats at the vegan table at lunch. and I hope some kid named Brett comes over and
It was
Pepperoni. I don't know. I shouldn't talk like that about a 1-year-old child.
Jesus. All right, well, moving on to the last match of Fastlane. One last time, The Shield versus Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. This match was just fun. Like, this was a really fun match.
Oh, you said it wrong.
What?
One last time.
Yeah.
Don't you mean one last motherfucking time?
Oh yeah. One last motherfucking time.
There you go. Jeez, bud.
Got us our most liked tweet of all time.
Oh God, it was. I loved everything about that match.
Dude, it was great.
It was the perfect slow the crowd kept getting into it more and more every minute until everybody was standing on their feet. I noticed that. I was like, everybody's on their feet right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was able to get up on my feet. My sick ass couldn't. I would have been up on my feet. I would have been jumping on my bed like a 7-year-old. I was so invested.
It was awesome. Like it was awesome. It was a classic Shield match.
Fun. It was just so fun.
It was so much fun. It was great. It was fun. I can't just say it enough. It was just fun. And it was a classic Shield match. They did all the stuff that we wanted to see. Rollins even jumped off the fucking barricade in the stands.
Loved it.
And dude, that was a far fucking jump.
Dude, I almost forgot. I knew that spot was going to happen.
So
and
did
I was watching it, and I was like, what happened to Rollins? And then it was like, oh, fuck, there he is. Oh, shit.
Because I knew it was coming too. And I nudged Kate. I'm like, hey, where's Rollins? Where's Seth at? Where's Seth at? She's like, where's Seth at? I'm like, here, watch, here he comes. And the camera pans over, and there's Seth just flying through the air.
I'm such a dumb mark. I completely forgot about it. I was like, what's going on? Oh, yeah.
Nothing compares to that time he did it to the Evolution, though, because he was fucking high up that time he did it to Evolution.
That was awesome against Evolution. But yeah, dude, it just had every aspect of Shield in that match.
Mm-hmm.
It was just everything you wanted. And then, I mean, I got chills and hyped up giddy when Rollins just let out that one last motherfucking, because that was just authentic.
It was authentic.
It's authentic and real, and you were just like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Somebody tweeted out, he's like, Rollins saw that Ronda clip. He's like, oh, if she could say fuck, I can say fuck.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it was just cool.
The curtain call at the end, man.
Yeah.
It was and our tweet got 1,000 and 700 likes, something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I took that picture from my bed in the basement, and it looks like I'm there.
Yeah, that was a sick picture.
And hey, shout out the American Nightmare. Cody liked the tweet.
He did. I think he wants to be our friend.
I think he does too. Cody was like, "That's cool."
Yeah, we'll see.
This is what I like about Cody is that Cody doesn't hide the fact that he still watches WWE.
Oh no, not at all. It's great.
That's what I think. That's the message the Young Bucks and him are trying to send. Hey, we're not trying to make you guys pick and choose. We all love wrestling. We all will watch it. We all watch wrestling still. We watch WWE still. We're not saying don't watch it. We're just saying watch our stuff too.
Yeah, hey, there's it's like liking another sports team. It's like having two favorite teams or two favorite bands. It's hey, you can enjoy our stuff as well while you're watching that.
Yeah, and that's something I totally agree with, because it's why do we need the fighting and arguing between people this is better, I'm not going to watch this, I'm only going to watch this. It's why just watch fucking both? Who cares? Fuck.
Right. Why do you, and then I mean, I guess it's kind of hard not to you're going to compare shows and stuff, but at the same you don't have to compare it to the fact of get really deep into it or anything. It's maybe this week that was better. That show.
Yeah, and comparing them, I don't think there's anything against that, but it's the people that are I'm not watching this, I'm only sticking to one show, and the people I can't wait till AEW comes on so I can stop watching WWE, and it's just why do you have to stop?
Just stop watching now, then.
Yeah, I don't understand. I never understood that logic. Why do you have to stop? Just watch both.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
People like bashing other people for, wanting to watch, being fans of both, and it's like people
or for having an opinion.
Finally, like, can we just like accept the fact that like something cool is happening in wrestling right now, and should all just kind of like be excited and have some fun with it?
Or like that douchebag from New York who like just if you disagree with him and you have a difference of opinion with him, but you never like really personally attack the guy. You're just like, I disagree. I think the show is good. He'll just attack you and just be like, you fucking ass, you fucking idiot, you fuck you. It's like, dude, you're crazy. You need like mental help. Like,
yeah.
Like to be that angry all the time. Hey, guess what, gang? That's not healthy. That's not healthy at all to be that angry that constantly. You're just asking for a heart attack, if anything. Like,
and especially over like a fun wrestling show that it's like, don't tweet out something that you want reactions from, and then when you get reactions, you like freak out. Like what?
Over an entertainment show?
Yeah,
TV show?
Ah, God. People are just dumb.
Or the people that are like, well, the ratings haven't been that good, so the business is obviously, it's not there. And I'm like, it's like the biggest it's ever been. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
use your brain a little bit more, buddy.
It's like it trends. It's the number one trend like worldwide every week. Like not just in the United States, worldwide every Monday and Tuesday. And like All In, AEW has sold out their show in 4 minutes. Fucking there's over 1 billion social media followers for WWE now. That's just fucking insane. And there's like over how many millions of subscribers on the network. Like it just blows my mind. It blows my mind that people really think that wrestling's like not that big. Or like wrestling fans in general think that wrestling's not in a boom period right now. And this boom period has no sign of ever stopping. That's the fucking crazy thing.
Yeah, it's just wild to people because they're just like, yeah, well, in the Attitude Era, it's like, well, no shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like
it's
like you can't, like you can compare it to that, but like, what's the point? Like that's just you can compare every era to wrestling then to that.
Right.
It's never
you
gonna
compare hockey to 90s hockey. It's a different style of hockey now. Like
it's like plus everything was better in the 90s anyway. So
yeah. And like it just blows my mind. I don't understand it. I don't understand like wrestling fans being like, it's not that popular right now. It's like the non-wrestling fans know how popular it is right now. Like that's what blows my mind. I think I don't get it. I don't understand it at all.
It's just idiots being idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the WWE's worth like $90 in the stock market, which is rounds out to be about $9 billion as a company, but whatever." Yeah, that's not that big. But like in the 90s, I think in the Attitude Era, I think we all had a sense of like it was going to slow down at some point. Like the popularity, it was definitely going to die out at some point. Like I always had that feeling like it was going to die out sooner or later. It's not going to be able to keep this up. Right now, this current state of wrestling, I don't ever see this stopping like at all. Like I don't have that feeling that it's going to die out like at all. Like and the reason why I think that is because wrestling, especially the main roster of WWE, has been kind of shit over the last couple of years, and it's still growing.
Right.
So, like, to me, that just speaks volumes of how big wrestling really is.
Yeah, it seems like every year there's like a new exciting wrestler coming up or something that can like change the atmosphere of the whole thing. Where it's like it just seems like there's always something exciting that can happen to where it's going to keep it growing and make it even better. So.
Right.
Fuck off, idiots.
Fuck off, idiots. All right, so that was Fastlane, and with our wrap up on the Fastlane, our predictions. So, this past week, on our predictions for Fastlane between me, Stoutsy, KDK Naked Lady, who is the current champion, and Claudius, KDK Naked Lady, 4 correct picks. Claudius, 5 correct picks. Stoutsy, 7 correct picks, and Tricky, 7 correct picks. However, due to us tying Stoutsy, Katie Naked Lady remains the predictions champion going into WrestleMania.
I just disagree with that.
A title cannot change. You know the rules. A title does not change hands on a tie.
But she didn't tie it. The champion didn't tie. We tied, so it should just become a vacant title.
That's, I've seen triple threat matches before and fatal four-ways before where there's a draw and the champion wasn't a part of the pinfall and the title just stayed. I didn't make these wrestling rules.
That's stupid booking.
But you know what? For WrestleMania, we're going to have a tiebreaker because it's WrestleMania. So be prepared.
Yeah, well, Naked Lady's going to get that ass whooped, so.
Well, yeah, she had 4 correct picks. So that was such a, like you said, that was a heel win on her part.
Such a heel win.
And did you like that Snapchat with the title just sitting behind her and she just laughed? She's like, ha 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 ha. What a
I wanted
bitch.
to throw my phone.
What?
I wanted to throw my phone. Fucking Mark.
But yeah, just like normal wrestling rules, draw, tie, or disqualification, whatever. Title will not change hands, and that's why she's still champion.
Whatever.
But that's all right. I'm coming for that predictions title at WrestleMania. That's what I want. I want to win it at WrestleMania anyways. If anything, I'm Becky Lynch right now. I had the title, and I dropped it quickly so I can get it back at Mania. Or no, I'm John Cena. Put it that way, John Cena, because he did that, where he dropped it at, he won it at Elimination Chamber in St. Louis, and 2 seconds later, Vince McMahon's like, nope, you have another match. Batista walked out. Batista beat him. And then at WrestleMania, Cena won the title back.
Yeah. What's going to happen is I'm going to come off this injury, show up at Mania, at the cockpit, raise hell. I'm going to get my goddamn title back.
Nope. We're pulling a WrestleMania 16 ending collusion where KDK, Naked Lady, and I are actually on a team and just screw you over.
Yeah, you're fucking Edge and Vicky Guerrero.
Why can't we just be Edge and Lita? Why does it have to be Vicky?
I don't know, because it's funnier.
It is funnier. So whatever, I guess congrats to KDK, Naked Lady, you suck. Let's finish up this wrap up on Monday night. So we basically discussed everything on Monday night except for Bobby Lashley won the Intercontinental title from Finn Balor, which I'm okay with because I think this could potentially set up the Demon at WrestleMania against Leo and Bobby.
That's exactly why I was okay with it.
Same. And I think we kind of covered everything else. And Shelton Benjamin just popping up out of nowhere, which I love. Like, it made sense for Shelton to pop up. I was like, oh my god, they're doing something that makes sense.
See, to me, I see why it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I was kind of like, well, that was kind of out of nowhere because he was a SmackDown guy, and I haven't seen Shelton Benjamin in fucking forever. Oh, it's cool. Yeah, make him a heel.
And how did Raw? What ended Raw?
Oh, Drew McIntyre and Roman, and then.
Oh yeah. Which it seems like that's how they're writing off Dean, I guess. To me, that kind of seemed like that's how they write off Dean Ambrose. I don't think he's going to be on another Raw. I could see him popping up at WrestleMania, but Raw, I think he's done.
Yeah, maybe.
And that fucking shout out to Renee Young selling the fuck out of that pencil spot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, also, what do you think that the deal is with Roman?
I think he's wrestling Drew.
Okay.
I think it's Drew and Roman at Mania, and I'll take that 1,000 times over Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
That was the original plan, was Baron Corbin and Roman at Mania. I was like, oh god, why? Like,
yeah.
I think they switched it to Drew, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
And you know what? I would put Drew over, but that's just me.
I would too.
I think he's going to be your Universal Champion before the end of the summer.
I think if Dean does decide to stay, you have Dean screw over Roman at Mania.
See, the way that this is being booked right now, with how happy Roman's being, I'm almost on the side of like believing Roman's gonna turn. Like,
yeah, well, I'd be fine with that too.
it's like, it's kind of, to me, it seems like they're pushing Roman to be this happy person to be back. He's happy. Like, and it's almost like they're pushing that like a lot to the point I'm like, I honestly think he's gonna turn, and I think he's gonna do it after WrestleMania. I said this a couple weeks ago.
I thought he was going to turn Monday.
I thought it was too early.
When they were walking up the ramp, there was a kind of one of those weird moments of like, "Ooh, is he going to just throw Dean down and do something?" But obviously, it didn't happen. But I'm with you. I texted that too. I was like, "Man, I kind of wanted him to turn," and then you were like, "That's too soon." I was like, "Yeah, it really is." But
because you know what I think's going to happen, right, at WrestleMania, which I totally think is still going to happen now.
That he screws Rollins over?
No, I think the Shield helps Rollins beat Lesnar.
Okay.
And then the next night is when I think Roman just snaps and goes crazy. And like that's how Dean is officially written off. And then he goes after Rollins.
I'd be down with that.
Because I'm kind of in the boat where I'm not really fully... I don't know. Dean just seems like a guy who like is going to leave. Like, I can just see Dean leaving. Because now I read a report that WWE is looking to replace Renee Young on the announce table. So she might be going with him. So...
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's what I think is going to happen at Mania. I think the Shield totally helps Rollins win the match, and then Roman just snaps the next night on Raw. And Raw after WrestleMania, that'd be huge.
Yeah, that'd be huge. I'm with it.
I'm totally for it. All right. And on SmackDown...
Wait, I don't know if you want to talk about... Do you care to talk about the Batista Triple H promo?
Or not? Yeah, duh, fuck. I was like... I knew I was missing something else. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was awesome. Give it to me! Give it to me now!
I think Dave might have forgot what he was going to say.
Maybe, but it worked. It still worked.
In the beginning, it looked like he was kind of mouthing to himself, like trying to remember some lines, because then Triple H kind of just stepped in and said some stuff that sounded like key points that Dave was supposed to say.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it all worked out, but then, yeah, then he just kept... just has spit flying everywhere. Give it to me! Give me what I want!
Well, it's funny, because if you rewatch, like, the promo packages... Well, hold on. Side note, the Guardians of the Independent scene made me pop, and Batista looked like he was biting his lip, like he was trying not to laugh at that line. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it, but I thought the whole, like, give me what I want thing kind of went on just a little too long for me. I was like, okay, wait, what? And I was like, is there something else he wants besides, like, the match? Because I think we all know the match is coming.
Dave sent me a video of the Spice Girls being like, so tell me what you want, what you really want. So, and then it cuts over to, give me it now, give me it.
Give me what I want.
Give me what I want.
And then at the end, it's him going, huh?
No, he does he does the huh, but at the very, very end, it's him as Drax going, ah!
Yeah, but yeah, he just, what a, huh? Yeah, the fun, it's such a good,
that's great. But I love that match is going to be no holds barred. I love it.
Oh, I mean, you had to do it that way.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be good.
It'll be good. Did you like my tweet about that match?
I don't know if I saw it.
Where I'm like, if I'm booking this, it's Star-Lord, Groot, and Rocket all run in. But like, and it's like NWO and DX at WrestleMania all over again with Sting and Triple H. But, you know, now that WWE uses those cool special effects on big shows, I think it should work. He's like, the live crowd might not like it though. Put a picture of like the terrible Asuka like graphic, like that was just like lines just shooting out.
Yeah, I remember seeing that now. That was funny. That'd be so cool.
It'd be cool for us, but people there would be like, there's fighting like weird people. Like the people, like the live audience just sees like guys dressed up in mocaps. Like,
what the hell's going on?
Yeah. What are these people with dots all over their bodies doing? And see the match in 6 months when the animation's complete.
Everybody in the crowd, it's now time to put on your virtual glasses.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that match. That's Batista's last match. But what I was gonna say is that like if you watch the promos, I don't think if you watch like the video package they showed on SmackDown, I don't think that Batista was supposed to say thank you. This is what I've always wanted. One last match at WrestleMania, because that's true. What Batista said. He's been wanting this match for like the last like 6 years. Like ever since his last run in WWE, he's like, I want one more match before I retire, and I want it against Triple H at WrestleMania. There's too much story behind it.
Right.
And it comes full circle. And I'm like, all right. And I don't think he was supposed to be like, this is what I've always wanted. Thank you. Because Triple H is like, no, that's not what you get.
No. Well, no. God damn it, Dave.
Yeah, he's like, damn it, Dave. Hollywood.
Should be good, though. I'm sure they'll do some more. Hopefully they do some. I think when they get face-to-face on a promo, it'll be they were kind of face-to-face. I mean, like, in the ring. I think it'll be, I think it'll make it even better, so. It'll be interesting. Triple H can fucking sell snow to a fucking snow globe, so.
I just hope that before we have, 3 weeks, 3 more Raws until WrestleMania, I think. I just hope somewhere in there we see Batista once or twice more, and maybe he gives like a giant spine buster to Triple H or something, just beats the shit out of him. So I totally believe that Triple H is going over in this match.
So do I. Oh, definitely.
Like he hasn't. When's the last time he's won a WrestleMania match? Was it Sting?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's due. Triple H is due. He doesn't go this long with lose at WrestleMania. The new Undertaker.
I'm gonna say I think he's kind of become the new Undertaker. He's getting a match at Mania every year, but
I'm okay with it. I mean, he can still go.
Did I tell you what I was hoping Triple H would have said when Batista was like, "Give it to me, give it to me, give me what I want"?
What?
I was hoping Triple H would be like, "Dave, I cannot make this decision on Guardians of the Galaxy 3, okay? I can't give you that, Dave. That's on you."
Yeah. I'm not directing Guardians, Dave.
I would have laughed so hard if he just would have said out of nowhere, it's like, "Dave, I can't make Guardians 3.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to see like Chris Pratt or like Bradley Cooper at WrestleMania just because they're all pretty good friends now.
You know, it'd be cool is if they dressed up as their characters and sat ringside.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome. Chris Pratt would be fun to have on Raw.
He would be, and then he'd be like, and thank you, Jesus Christ. Him and Shawn Michaels would just be a tag team together.
Yeah. HBK comes out of Gorilla. Someone say Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Hunter. I'm on his side now.
Sorry, Hunter. Oh, man. Good stuff.
And let's go over the SmackDown. Last thing. We kind of hit everything on SmackDown, I think, except for the New Day.
Yeah.
Kofi. I loved that promo at the end. And I loved them just beating the shit out of everybody in the beginning. And then that Kofi promo at the end just totally sold me on it.
So good.
It was so good.
And I love this, like, edgy New Day. Like, just this kind of pissed off New Day.
Yeah, I do too. The best is when Big E said something about McMahon's ego, and McMahon's like, nothing is bigger than my ego. Big E goes, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Well, I just love that Big E was like kind of getting like in his face and stuff, and like I was like, "Fuck yeah, man! This is why Vince loves the New Day."
Oh yeah.
He loves the New Day. But like when Big E was like, he's like, we do everything here. We're just over in India. We come back here, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and I was like, damn, dude. And Kofi's promo when he legit was like, I've never been trick or treating with my kids. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like fuck, dude. That's probably like true.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah, dude, like that might not seem like a lot to some people, but like, dude, like trick or treating with your kids. That's what you want to do, dude. Like you just want to trick or treat. You just want to spend time with your fucking kids. So like,
exactly.
I mean, that promo, dude. I was like, I just felt it. I felt all of that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, and I love that, like how they're doing this too, because it's bringing me back to just Vince just being such an asshole, and like he's like, you got to beat this man and this man and these men, And finally, if you can make it through all of them, you got to face Eric Rowan. Vince McMahon, damn it. That's a decent Vince impression I just did.
That's good. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna another gauntlet match. It's gonna be awesome.
I was gonna say I'm all for gauntlet matches if Kofi or Seth Rollins is in it.
Bowman texted me and he goes, "Did Vince all of a sudden forget about gauntlet matches and then someone reminded him?" I was like, "Yeah, that's probably what happened."
Well, it's funny because it's like we haven't seen a gauntlet match in forever, and then now we're getting another, and we hadn't seen 2 out of 3 falls matches in forever, and I think we had like 4 or 5 last year. Like,
so some fun. So I'm going to predict this next week. I'm going to say that I think you kind of have to. I think the New Day plays a part in the gauntlet match next week and kind of helps Kofi out, but it's worth it. Like it's not going to hurt. It's going to like fuck you. Like somehow all those guys are going to try to screw over Kofi. There'll be like multiple guys down there. The New Day comes out, does their thing, and then hopefully Kofi fucking goes over and he gets to Mania. Oh shit, dropped you. But yeah.
Do you think that Kofi's going to make it all the way to Rowan and get screwed, like right at the very end, and just like Kofi goes crazy the next week?
Either he gets screwed, or
he just does it, like,
or New Day helps him do it. Because I think if he gets screwed,
yeah,
and then it's like if they don't have somebody set to like try to start a story with Bryan for Mania, I think it's too late to try to do that, and then it's also like almost dragging on the like obstacles that Kofi's having to overcome. Or I think because after next week will be 2 weeks away from Mania.
Yep.
So I think he's got to do it next week, and then you have 2 weeks to
build the story,
build into it a little bit. Yeah, instead of building the overcoming all obstacles type things. I mean, maybe have him win and then maybe try to have somebody backstage injure him or something weird like that. But I wouldn't keep having him have these like crazy matches and then, the SmackDown before Mania, he does it. Because by that time, everybody's going to know that it's going to happen. So I think it might lose that effect.
Yeah.
I think you want to get that effect now. Like, okay, he's going to have that Mania match. And then that way it saves. And then the next effect, or moment you're waiting for is for him to win at Mania.
Right.
That's
right.
But
oh, and by the way, real quick, AJ Styles and Randy Orton's promo was amazing.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yeah.
I tweeted out. I didn't know I needed that, Todd. I didn't know I needed that. I think that's what maybe made me feel better this week.
I just love how he brought up Dixie Carter.
Dude, yes. Did you see what someone tweeted to EC3?
Yeah, I did see that, and he's just like, "Yeah, you gonna let him talk to your mom like that?" Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that promo was just, whew. I love it.
Good, man. It was really good.
Well, I love it because they both had like really good, like they were taking digs at each other where it was like, man, that's true, but they each had a rebuttal for it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And they were like, Randy said something, AJ was, he was like, well, it's funny because you were with this team, and then this team, and then this team, and then this team. Oh, and by the way, look who you're surrounded by now in this company, a bunch of indie guys. I was like,
yeah,
like this. They're kind of touching on the reality of stuff.
Yep.
It was good, man. I like it. I like this feud.
I like it a lot, too, because what AJ said is great, and Orton is kind of like one of the last ones of, like, the Vince McMahon model of, like, what like a professional wrestler, like, should be in a way. And, like, Styles is like, man, the game's changed. Like, right. I loved it. I loved every second of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Oh, my God, I'm excited. Hopefully it's a windy day in New York and we get the AJ Styles hair blow again.
No shit. Dude, that's one of the best moments of WrestleMania ever. You can fight me on that.
Yeah.
Just that hair blow. Like, the way that hair just flows in the wind, man.
It's
like, yeah, I'm phenomenal. You could tell, like, when that wind came in, he just was like, yeah.
Dude,
right.
I'll have to say, I was like, he kind of gave, like, the model eyes and, like, closed his eyes, like, squinted his eyes a little bit and was like, yeah, man, this hair. I know the way this wind's blowing, it's got to be coming from the earth being flat. No way the wind can't blow straight on a circular thing.
Yeah, that's totally what he thought, too.
Oh man, yeah, I'm excited, man. Some cool stuff. Hopefully, leading up to Mania.
Yep. And real quick, while we were doing this, I watched NXT and 205 Live. NXT, great storytelling there. Gargano attacking Tommaso Ciampa, but Ciampa tried to do a sneak attack on an injured Gargano, but Gargano was faking the injury. It was dope. Fortunately, we're not going to see that match happen, at least for a little while. Tommaso Ciampa going under neck surgery, so hope he returns pretty soon. I know the surgery was a successful one, so hopefully on that. And on 205 Live, the two matches on there, Cedric Alexander versus Oney Larkin and Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese in the semifinals of the number one contenders tournament for the Cruiserweight Championship. Both of those matches were fucking great. So, highly recommend watching those matches.
You just sounded, that whole description of those two shows, you sounded like Tommy Dreamer, and I was just laughing.
Yeah, so let me tell you something, brother. 205 was good. I like those matches a lot, and
and keeping the card booked. Yeah,
I
brother.
was just trying to get through it. Like, we've been talking for 2 hours.
That was good stuff.
Shut up. Got through it, damn it. All right. Let's hit him with that 1, 2, 3 finish, and let's get the fuck on out of here.
All right. My number one. One last motherfucking time. One more motherfucking time. Whatever it was. Just cool. We talked about just cool.
It was just cool.
Number 2. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna do a 1.5 real quick. My extra half is gonna be Seth Rollins' little back and forth promo with Paul Heyman. I thought was really fucking good.
Yeah, that was good.
I think it kind of brought up Seth there another level. So that's I'm gonna add that on there with that one. Number 2, Kofi Mania, baby.
Love it.
Keep that fucking ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 3. Number 3. Do I want to keep it all wrestling? I think I do. Oh man. Heel Shane.
Fuck yeah.
Heel
Fuck
Shane.
yeah.
Dude. Love it. Love me a heel Shane. So
The best.
yeah. My number 3 was going to be, hey, WWE, quit fucking up the Becky storyline, but
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. But
I got 3 weeks to save it. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either. God, just quit being so complicated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just be simple. That's all we have to be. Like the whole Dana Brooke thing, like walking out on Monday, was like so unnecessary because that's like what you do like when Ronda first wins the title, you know? That's like something that like you do like at the beginning of a story, not towards the end of the story.
Yeah, and why do you have Dana Brooke be the person to come out and be like, I have done this, this is my whole life, and I love it. I'm sure maybe she all that stuff, but it's like, that's not the person you have come out. You have Ronda do her promos, throw the microphone down, and strut her ass out of that fucking building.
You don't get the opposite of Nia Jax. She injures herself more than she does like anybody else. She has. She's injured herself like 4 times, I think, and it's like she's the opposite of Nia Jax.
So true. It's so true. She's so harmful to herself. Oh god. Wow. Yeah, that's those are my 1, 2 threes.
Nice. My number 1, I'm gonna shout out the NXT since we didn't have that wrap up last week. I'm gonna shout out that NXT episode from last week. The first round matchups for the Dusty Rhodes Classic, where that was honestly, I think, the best NXT single NXT episode I've ever seen that wasn't a takeover. That was like the best episode I've ever seen. Like those matches were insanely good.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Holy shit. All those matches were great.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah. It was really good. My number 2, get well soon, Tommaso Ciampa. Please get well soon. Just hurry up. miss him already. And my number 3, Kofi Mania, man. It's getting me jacked up. I was gonna say Shane Heel, but man, Kofi Mania is just like it's taking over the world right now.
Yeah, it's organic, and that's all we need.
It is. It's organic, baby. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. As Matthew McConaughey says, all right, okay, oh sure. John Mulaney. Right. So you could follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and Periscope, whenever that happens again, at Offended Pod. Make sure to go follow PWP Nation at PWP Nation on all those social media platforms as well. Make sure to go listen to our brand new Offended episode, which came out yesterday. Wink, wink. Because it's today it came out, but, it'll be Friday when this episode comes out. Which is on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. And if you're looking for us on Apple Podcasts, it's under PWP Nation Network. We're still trying to get that fixed. I'm going to figure it out one of these days. I'm going to figure it out. Go to www.prowrestlingtees.com and search Offended. Go buy our t-shirt. Go get a tank top for the spring and summer.
Yeah.
Go order a tank top before you go on spring break.
Right.
That's how you should do it. Yeah, there it is. What else am I missing? I don't know why I'm fucking up the plugs again. I did this last night too. But anyway, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Trick1042. You can follow Stoutsy at
Jimmy James 9417 on Instagram and Twitter. James B. Stout on Snapchat. That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Happy WrestleMania season. It's in full effect now. We got JCD coming on next week. And on Offended next week, we are counting down our top 10 sports movies. So that should be good.
Yeah, it will.
All right. Well, for Stoutsy, I'm Tricky. This has been the weekly wrestling wrap-up presented by Offended and PWP Nation. See you next week.
Fuck off, Marks.
Bye.
Goodbye.